Mark, hit us up, brother. What's going on in your world?
No, it's exciting. All kinds of good stuff. When I came to Doran, my wife pushed me to him.
No joke.
Because no, seriously, she did. Because she basically said, hey, you need to turn yourself around and go back to what you used to be. And I used to be super confident. The warrior was just unleashed every day. I had fun in the industry, and picking somewhere in the past 3 to 5 years, I kind of gave up the right mindset, and I didn't realize it at the time. But basically, I tore myself apart, and I was the one who allowed myself to run my business into the ground. And when I got into this program, Module 1 was huge for me. And Module 1 is something that has completely transformed me back into a killer loan officer that I used to be. And I'm having fun with it. I wake up every day early. I live the way I used to. I'm ex-military, and we used to get up early. We used to do our thing, and you'd have all that energy moving into the start of the day. And so getting up and doing my visualizations and doing my affirmations and exercising has really brought my mindset back. And I constantly am reading, and I'm constantly listening to any bit of motivational or mortgage related type of stuff so that I can, start my day positive. And look, we all get kicked, but it doesn't hurt as much as it did 3 months ago. It doesn't hurt at all, because I know the answer. The answer is, action creates interest and creates leads and creates relationships. And I'm taking much more action than I was in the past couple of years, but I also know there's so much room to grow. I'm only touching the small end of the mountain, but I'm excited about the journey up, because it's, I gave myself a goal, and everybody has one. I basically said to myself, I close 99% of what I write. So in the past, I don't need to write 50 loans a month and hope I close 10% of them or 20% of them or 30% of them. I need to make about $4,000 a loan. I need to close 10 loans a month to be happy. And so last month I originated 9. So I missed by 1. I missed by 1. However, it motivated me to say, okay, this month I need 11 because I missed 1, and next month it'll be 15, and it will continue to grow. And I already know I have them. It's one of those things where in my head, I'm now thinking like I used to. Doran and Andrew used to say to me, hey, how are we going to pay for this? And I was like, write another loan. It's no big deal. Like I never worried about money. I just said, you just make 5 more calls, make 3 more stops, whatever it is you do to create the buzz, because the agents out there need the help. The friendships and the relationships are really what drive the business, as far as I'm concerned. I'm very old school. I believe it's a relationship business, and I believe the more relationships you can make, and that is something that I'm crazy about today, is just meeting more people, networking, doing my presentations, and I'm big on sharing what I learned in Module 1. I am out promoting with my realtors and with new realtors how they can kind of put a fire in their business, how they can right the ship, and I'll help them. I'll walk beside you. I won't do it for you, but I'll do it with you. And it's amazing the results that I'm starting to get, and they'll just continue. So, but it's 100% in mindset, 100% in mindset. Historically, I had always had an income that was somewhere in that 300 to 400 range, and I was very comfortable in that number. And that number dropped, to 100,000, which sounds like a lot of money to some people, but not when you live my life. I have 8 kids. The good news is 6 of them are already out of college, so, but naturally putting 6 through college and putting 6 out into the world already, that beats the crap out of you financially, but it is what it is. And it's awesome, but I still have 2 to go. So I'm not done. No. Which which basically makes, somewhere when I started sliding down the hill, and in retrospect, it's real simple to say, when I started sliding down that hill and I started doubting myself, my self-talk was all negative. My self-talk was all doubting and doomsday. And look, self-fulfilling prophecy. I landed at the bottom because I took myself there. It's nobody else's fault but mine. Mm-hmm. And in the meantime, I now have rediscovered, because I probably knew it. I just forgot it, or, had my head in my ass, or whatever the situation was. I'm the only one to blame, because the only thing that was different was the way that I was thinking and the lack of activity that those negative thoughts put into my life. I basically sat around waiting for things to happen instead of making them happen. Mm-hmm. And so, in the last, let's say 100 days, 2018, I have turned it around where I went from, 1 or 2 or 3 loans a month to 6 or 8 at the moment, heading towards 10 or 12. And there's no stopping. And like I said, my average commission, I think I make better than most loan officers per transaction, but I'm somewhere average around 4,000. So if I can get back to a solid 10, 12, 15 a month, and I can grow it from there. Right now, let's get to 10 consistently, and that's 40,000 a month. That's damn near my $500,000 that I want. So it's simple math and it's simple numbers. I have to see so many agents a day. I have to make so many calls a day. And those were the activities. When you're doubting and when you're worried and when you're constantly stressing, you're not making the calls because you don't have you don't have the spunk to do it. You don't have the guts to do it. You don't have the confidence to do it. And so in this program, what I've been able to do and what I'm very thankful for is being able to truly identify that the problem was me and the answer was me. It's all me. And what this helped me do was basically say, mechanically, I know if I talk to so many agents a day, so many agents a week, so many past clients a day, so many past clients a week, it's a numbers game. And have fun doing it. Like I used to have fun doing it. And then when my confidence got rattled, I know it wasn't fun. Because we do get turned down. We do get, told no. We do get told somebody's better or cuter or smarter, and I'm in New Jersey. We're in an area that a lot of things are bought and paid for. And so with that being said, between in-house lenders and all the other bullshit, on a daily basis, it's easy to get frustrated. But if you know the landscape and you know that realtors really just want great service for their clients, most of their clients are family and friends. And so if I take care of them with superior service, in the end, I win. It's not a dance on rates and other things. So I think on my end, what I've done, and one of the things that's really been instrumental in my comeback, is sharing Module 1 with realtors. Because a lot of them, and I don't know your market, but in our market, it's tight inventory. There's all these excuses why people aren't as busy as they used to be. And my guess is that a lot of them are just they're a little less active than they used to be, and that's why they're less busy. And so, through this program, through a bunch of readings that I've done, the Miracle Morning for Real Estate Agents is a book that I read, kind of incorporated, which is similar in affirmation, similar in visualization, similar in, get your ass out of bed and get to work with the right mindset and the gratitude for where I am today, because I am very grateful for where I am today. It's a much better place than I was just 4 months ago, much better place. But I also know I'm grateful that the road ahead is just, it's paved with opportunity, it's paved with excitement, and it's paved with fun. I'm having more fun with my family and more, fun with my life today. And that in itself is success. That in itself, forget the money. That in itself is success, is being happy. And I've been getting up at 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning every day, and I don't feel tired. I don't feel run down. I feel more energy, and I'm 50 something, so I'm not a young guy. We just did our taxes, and so I looked at my pathetic 111,000. That's what I made last year, and I thought, what the what? You know what I mean? Like but it was motivating. It wasn't demoralizing. It was like, hey, that's a hiccup. And that's who I was. Exactly. And I will never be that person again, because I know what took me there. And what took me there was doubt. What took me there was worry, was negative thinking, was what if thinking, and it was all negative and me down. And so just going back to module 1 and saying, how do I start my day that no matter what kind of what kind of crisis is out there, because they're out there. We're in the loan business. There's nothing but landmines that we step on. The great news is, hey, I deal with it much better today. I deal with adversity much better today, but I always did in my life, and that's what I think. That's what's so eye-opening for me is it was the self-talk. It was the negative self-talk and surrounding myself with a bunch of people that used to be good, that aren't today. And really we're commiserated instead of coming up with the answer, because the answer's there. Again, I've been reading a lot of Tony Robbins, and it's, don't just take action, take massive action. Well, I've been taking action and it's working. And so now it's not time to coast. It's time to step on the gas and put massive action. So it's one of those things where before I might have gotten a little busy and said, oh, this is cool. I'm going to take a week off, take a day off. Again, was never my style, but for some reason, call reluctance and the things that, salespeople have to deal with, because look, it's not easy every day getting up and saying, okay, I'm going to go through doors and see people that kind of don't want to see me because they don't know me. Once they get to know me, then that's really what I've found is, again, at my age, a lot of the agents that I was dealing with over the past, say, 25 years, when I was a 30-year-old, they might have been 50. Well, shit, now they're dead or 70. And so again, what I stopped doing a couple years back was adding new realtors, was chasing new business. And I was living off of the relationships that I had built my first 18 or 20 years in the business. And eventually they'll find somebody who's a little, I don't know, cuter, smarter, whatever. They're just more motivated, more hungry than I was. And they took my place. And so now I've got to go back and basically take somebody else's place. But there's so much business out there. I guess the point I'm making is, I've found common ground in, hey, let's rejuvenate together. Let's work together. Let's get your income right. Let's get your goals attained too, because I'm on my way. I'm good. I need you to be good. We need to be partners. And that has greatly helped, because there aren't many loan people going in and kind of coaching people back into warrior mode. Yes. And that's something that I'm actively trying to do on a daily basis. And it's working, like I said, because, I'm being thanked by people for the positive insight, and tips on how to get their head together. And like I said, I'm stealing all the information from Doran and Mr. Robbins and everybody else that talks about it,